Can you share a time when your focus was tested?
When COVID came and we all had to sit at home, you're selling shoes and people are sitting at home. Where are they wearing shoes to? I was working on the bank. I used to wear shoes I could not wear past 2 hours. Imagine you going to the bank, dressing well, looking good when you enter the bank, and in 2 hours you're already wearing flip-flops.
None of us are on this table carry slippers.
Exactly. We have now created heels that you can wear for
That's what I'm wearing.
hours.
We've not started Oprah Winfrey.
I cannot afford to be distracted.
After watching this episode, just come to my DM and pay me. If coach is not collecting money, me, I won't collect money.
We're coming out!
It doesn't mean you should be rigid. We're going to be talking about emerge and shine. Welcome to the New Woman Show. Welcome again to the fresh episode of the New Woman Show with Chinelo, where we'll learn, where we'll unlearn, and where we'll relearn. Bearing in mind always that this platform is dedicated to Christ, who empowers us to emerge and shine. You can see I'm shining today. I came correct for this executive talk, this business talk. You know, if you're going for a business a meeting, you know how you dress, right? And I'm a preacher of dress the way you want to be addressed. I'm a preacher of dress the space. Today's episode is one that speaks directly to our everyday reality. How to thrive in a noisy, distracting world. Let's just say a lot of people want to start up businesses and they are confused. They are like, I think what I want to do is already done by 1 million women. How will I thrive? The world is so noisy these days and you're like, are you sure you can stand out? From social media overload to endless expectations and constant comparisons, the noise around us is louder than ever. But how do we stay grounded? How do we remain focused, purposeful, and all in the midst of it all? On this episode, we'll be diving into practical wisdom, godly insights, and real-life tools to help us silence the noise. In fact, I feel like preaching. Somebody say, silence the noise. I heard you. I know you're here. I heard you. Okay, we have with us here a very calm personality. Olufunmilayo Abodeyin. She's my sister-in-law. Do you guys know that? Olufunmilayo Abodeyin is a luxury shoe designer, entrepreneur, and former banker with over 7 years in business. She creates stylish, comfortable footwear for professional women and helps entrepreneurs grow through strategic content and branding. She is a sought-after speaker and she inspires women through fashion, business, and personal development. She owns and she is the founder of the brand, The Shoe Collector. Welcome, Fumi. I'm super excited to have you.
I'm so excited to be here.
The Shoe Collector sitting on this space.
Finally, we are here. The New Woman Show, where we emerge and shine.
And shine. See how you're shining today.
Wow.
Welcome. Sis, so many things are happening.
True.
A lot of women that want to go into fashion, that want to go into, pottery, into food stuff. They just feel like things are happening. Oh, this one is doing it, this one is doing that. We have too many noise around. In fact, let's just forget about those who even want to go into the business. A lot of us who are already into business, in the business for years or maybe 10 years and counting, and we're in this business, sometimes we get so overwhelmed because of the noise. And when I say noise in quotes, I don't mean market noise. I mean the comparisons, the pressure that we put on ourselves.
Yes.
Okay, you know what? Let me not say everything now. Our coach is here to guide us. Remember, she's first a business owner and then a coach. So she's got experience on how we can be able to survive through this noisy, distracting world. So, coach, I'm going to start asking you the first question now. What are the biggest distractions that we face as CEOs or that you face as CEO of the Shoe Collector? And how do you stay focused? Because people, when they do shoe, them plenty. How you they focus? Focusing your focus. Not thinking of, I think I should start selling flower vases now. It's like flower vases, plenty money now. I hear those interior decoration people.
I'm making a lot of money.
Plenty money.
Yes.
How are you still in shoe business?
So for me, I think having a clear brand mission is what keeps you focused. You and I have been in business for how long? And we have stuck to what we are doing because we have a mission. Where are we going? Who are we serving? You know that the people you are serving, they are not in interior. So you stick to when I started the Shoe Collector, I wanted to provide comfortable shoes for women, that they'll be able to work all through the day. Women in board executives, women in business, coaches, teachers, so that they can walk around and deliver their responsibility with ease, right? And that's my brand mission. That's where I'm going. So even when I see other things calling me, this one is the one that is collecting money now.
Honestly,
I know that that's not where I want to be right now. Have I been able to reach all the women I intend to reach? I'm not. I'm not
even scratch the surface.
Exactly. So that's what keeps me focused. Even with everything happening online, people tell you, money is not here. If you are in coaching, this is where the money is. But you ask yourself, what is your brand mission? Why did you start in the first place? Because if you don't know why you started, you would get distracted. A lot of people started businesses because other people are doing business. Money, my friend just made 500 million.
In fact, I got
be like, say, I will go and do the business. You don't even know why you started in the first place. I had a pain point. I was working on the bank. I used to wear shoes I could not wear past 2 hours. And then, imagine you going to the bank, dressing well, looking good when you enter the bank, and in 2 hours, you're already wearing flip-flops. It was not making sense. So I just told myself that.
Yes. A lot of us are on this table, carry slippers.
Exactly. I just told myself, this cannot continue. So I had a pain point. And when I was able to solve the pain point for myself, I said, more women need to know this. More women need to wear comfortable shoes. We all say heels are not comfortable, right? That's the notion. That's what they've sold to us. That you cannot wear heels past.
That's what they say.
Yeah. But we have now created heels that you can wear for
That's what I'm wearing.
hours. You've been on your, you've been at
Yes.
exactly. So, and that's my brand mission. That's what has kept me rooted in business, because I know where I'm going.
Wow. So my sister, you're listening to the shoe collector. She says she defined her vision. She defined her aim, her objectives. If you're doing a business and you think that you're getting distracted, you can go back to the drawing board and remind yourself what exactly prompted you to start this business. And like she said she knows that she has not even scratched the surface yet. While her mates are doing more businesses, she tells herself, I haven't even started. In fact, we have not started Madam Ibuku Awoshika yet.
Yes, we have a long way to go.
We have not started Dame Adora of Zenny Bank yet.
We have a long way to go.
We've not started Oprah Winfrey.
I cannot afford to be distracted.
I can't afford to be distracted because so that's beautiful. We understand that, and that's lovely. Thank you. So now moving on. How can entrepreneurs commit to one vision without constantly switching to new ideas? Because sometimes it's not even because we're looking for the money. Sometimes it's because we are just distracted. We don't have that strong will to maintain one particular business. So we can feel bored as business owners that I will still this thing. Can't I just diversify? So how can entrepreneurs commit to one vision without constantly switching to new ideas every time? In other words, just killing everything.
For what I would say is that for you to stay focused, you have to ask yourself, what are your objectives? If you've been able to get a little out of the objectives, you can add just a little thing. But if you have not, you have to stay put. Because trust me, distractions will come. And all of us get distracted. Even me, I've gotten distracted. There was a time I was doing shoes, and every time I come out to showcase my shoes, because I dress up and show people how to match and make, I started wearing blazers. And people are like, I love your blazers.
And customers can push somebody. Yes. They can push you.
Can you bring us blazers? So I got distracted. But after a few months, I was like, this is not why I started this business. So sometimes you will get distracted. That's a given.
Okay. That's not bad.
It's okay.
But it's what to do with it.
Yes. But you now have to go back to the drawing board and say, is this what I really want to do? Because trust me, when you have a vision, when you have a mission, when you have a passion for something, it holds you bound. It would not, in the shoe collector business, I've had plenty challenges. But because of the passion I have for this business, I've stayed put. But you see those ones that you get distracted to go and do. Once any small problem comes like this,
you'll be running, you don't know.
You will get tired.
Drained.
Because that is not your passion. So if you have whatever you're doing, know that this is what I want to do. This is the passion. I have passion for this thing. And that's what keeps you, even when you get distracted, that's what brings you back to the drawing board and say, okay, this is not what I wanted to do. This is not what I have passion for. Let me go back to where I'm coming from.
Thank you. Wow. It's getting intense here. Now, sis, I want to ask you this question. Do you have, this is like, I'm sure the shoe collector will say, why you want me to talk my secrets? Do you have a daily routine or habit that helps you stay productive despite this noise around us, this Instagram noise? Instagram is noisy. Run. Have you shot your Instagram content? Let me run. How about the content for Facebook? How about what do you do to just, calm yourself? Do you have a daily routine or habit that just keeps you, put together and stay productive? Because we all know that if we are not together, we can't be productive. If you do this one, jack of all trades, master of none, we can't stay productive. But we want to stay productive. So I'm speaking from the point of view or on behalf of other businesswomen. What can we do to just keep us focused and stay productive from your own experience?
Okay, for me, what I do basically for Instagram, because that's where our businesses are, is I batch create my content.
Okay.
So people see me online, they're like, you're always online, you're always posting. I batch create my content, and every day I ask myself, so what am I posting today? I have a task. And anything that is none of my business, I say no to distractions. Anything that will not take me to the next level in my business, I do not go there. So half the time, people think I'm online, but I have batch created my content. I have scheduled them, and then they drop as I went due. But me, I'm out there putting strategies in my business. Because if you can stay on Instagram, and before you know it, 5 hours, you're scrolling, you're laughing. Oh my goodness. You get distracted. So you have to block the noise. You say, this is what I need to do.
These are words on marble. Are you guys learning?
You have to say, this is what I need to do today. Write it down. Have you achieved this? You tick. Have I achieved this? So when you are getting distracted, check your task, your schedule. You ask yourself, this thing I'm doing now, is it on this list? If it's not on this list, you readjust yourself and go, because if not, you will get distracted. So for me, I wake up very early in the morning, even before the kids wake up, so that I can do most of the things I need to do, bring all my schedule list, create my content, schedule my content, so that I won't have to go back to Instagram. I have time that I come on Instagram in the evening, 2 hours. I go around everybody. That's when you see me liking your post, dropping comments, and check all the things I need to check. And after that, I shut my phone and I go back. Because if you stay on Instagram, you will not achieve what you're meant to achieve. So ask yourself, what am I meant to do?
Some people stay on Instagram watching their competitors' pages. You're busy checking her pages, and you just get drained.
They're there commenting everywhere, going from one blog to the other. No, even the strategic commenting, you have to have a time for it. So you can tell yourself, in the next 30 minutes, I want to comment on 20 people's page. And you already know the people you are going to comment on. You are not jumping from one place to the other. These are the people that when I comment, I will get customers that will come to my page to come and check what I have.
Yes.
So, and when you are doing all those strategic commenting, your page has to be ready to, because a lot of times people are doing strategic commenting, but then at home there's nothing. There's nothing. So you have gone out there, you've given a wonderful feedback, you've given a comment, and people are like,
representation about
this person is intelligent, and they come to your page. There's nothing. Once they come, they open window shopping. They open
window shopping,
and they go out because there's nothing. So you have to prepare your page, and that is where scheduling your content comes in place. You plan your content, you batch create your content, so that you will not be overwhelmed, because doing it daily can actually make you get overwhelmed.
In fact, that's leading us to the next question, because the next question is, what advice would you give to someone feeling overwhelmed by constant demands and distractions? And this overwhelmingness is not just about whether you are new in business, so definitely
It's
you
for
will get
everybody.
everybody feel overwhelmed. So how can we quickly advise people feeling overwhelmed by constant demands? Like you said, a lot of your customers said, oh yeah, bring blazer, bring blazer, bring blazer, and then you brought blazer.
Like I earlier said, say no to distraction. Ask yourself, will this take me ahead to my plans, to my goals, to my objective? If it's not, you have to say no to it. And you have to also learn to delegate. You cannot do everything. As business owners, in order to avoid overwhelm, you have to learn how to delegate. And when I say delegate, you will not get it right at the first time. You would always have issues with the people you are delegating to because they cannot do it the way you want it. But you have to, because you cannot do it alone, because you know you are building an empire, because you know you have a long way to go, you have to constantly
supervise.
You have to tell yourself, I am a teacher. And you anybody you bring in, as they are coming in, you say, no, my job is not to do this person's work. My job is to teach the person to do the work. So you constantly, when they make the mistake the first time, you say, no, this is what you should have done better. You cannot keep quiet and say, maybe they will get it. No, there should be KPIs in place to see that they are getting all the things they need to get. Are you doing what I said you should do? Why haven't you done it? Ask questions. Delegate. Say no to things that will distract you from your goals. And like I said earlier, for content creating, you have to batch create your content. Because as an entrepreneur, we have a lot of things that we do every day. If you don't, like you are now, you are recording this, and I'm sure you have to batch create it so that you will not be overwhelmed.
Will be going on.
Exactly. So batch create your content and then spread it over a month, over 2 months, if that is possible. And then focus on other things that take your business to the next level.
Wow. Okay, now, you know what, guys? After watching this episode, just come to my DM and pay me. If coach is not collecting money, me, I won't collect money. Come and pay me, because these are the things, these are the master classes that you guys go to attend. And then I'm bringing it to your table just like that. And you're even in the comfort of your home with chicken and malt, enjoying. Okay, now finally, moving on to the last question now. Can you share a time when your focus was tested and how you overcame it to keep growing your business? Because I know I too, my focus has been tested severally. And I know what I did and how I overcame. But it's not about me today. It's about Coach Fumilayo, the shoe collector herself. So please tell us how you were able to overcome this situation.
The one I remember vividly was when I started the business before COVID, and then COVID came, and we all had to sit at home. You're selling shoes, and people are sitting at home. Where are they wearing the shoes to?
Oh, goodness.
You know, at that point, I was confused. This is what I wanted to do. But now women are not wearing shoes. Everybody is at home.
What are they using the shoes for?
But I had it in me that this will not last. This is not going to be forever. Eventually, the COVID will end and then people will come out. So what I did then was to start creating content. And that was where I got the most of my followers. As at that time, I think I was on 6,000 followers. And because I was always creating, so I had all my bank outfits. I would come out and say, okay, today we are wearing red shoes. These are the clothes you wear with red shoes. So I was creating how to mix and match. And during that COVID period, my following grew from 6,000 to 20,000. Because I knew that these customers, if I stop creating content, they will
forget about it.
You know, and that was what helped me. I always say that whatever issue you are having in life, it will not be forever.
It will not be forever.
You know that it's temporal. So what can you do to stay put? Is look for other things you can do to make sure that your customers that you've been able to gather don't forget about you. You know the way attention is now. Everybody gets,
people are dragging it.
Yes. If I say, okay, because we're not selling shoe anymore, let me just keep quiet and then start doing something else, they will go to other people. And when the COVID eventually ended, I won't see anybody. So what I did then was to create content, you know, look for funny things to create, to make them laugh, how to dress this way, how to dress that way. And I was able to overcome that moment.
Thank you so much. This is beautiful. In fact, I could go on and on because I still have a lot I want us to talk about. Guys, I'm sure you enjoyed today's episode of the New Woman Show with Chinelo, where we are here to tell you or teach you on how to stay focused even in the very noisy, distracting world using the social media as an example. Now, I want you to please remember to subscribe to this channel, share this channel with your loved ones. And remember, our Instagram handle is The New Woman Global. And then our fashion page is Dress Island Chinelo. And we also have our coach here from Layo, who are her Instagram handle for her business is The Shoe Collector. You won't even miss it, just DSH. You'll see it written under the screen. Hope to see you soon, and remember to stay emerging and shining. The new woman, the new woman.